Hey y'all, my name is Carla Medrano, aka Moon the Storyteller, and I tell stories. And I want to help you tell your stories and sell them. To one, I am a wife. To another, I am a mom. To thousands more, I am a nurse, a voice actor, a creator. And to you, I want to be your comic book marketer. So back in 2022, I pivoted from bedside nursing and decided to combine my knowledge and skills and my love for social media to help healthcare professionals market their products and services. Over the course of 2 years, I earned $100,000 plus as a part-time healthcare marketer. And when I started writing my own comic book, Luna, I poured all that I knew into ensuring that Luna saw the same success as my clients. As a result, Luna has had 2 successful Kickstarter launches, and most recently, I took lead on the marketing strategy behind the largest indie crossover event in history, the Epiphany Engine. That initiative raised over $60,000 in just 30 days. Joseph Illich, an award-winning Milestone and DC Comics writer and editor, gave me the title, The Misty Night of Marketing. So, I ain't new to this, y'all. All right, welcome to episode 3. Get uncomfortable. Steve Harvey once said, "Get comfortable being uncomfortable." In other words, success comes when we push past our comfort zone. So building on the last episode, let's dive deeper into the first stage of your sales funnel, brand awareness. Remember, it takes creative and consistent effort to bring people into your sales funnel, and those include 1, making people aware of who you are, 2, making people aware of what you're selling, and 3, making people aware of how your book will add to their lives or maybe even change their lives. So let's talk more about the first one, making people aware of who you are. For some, that's a very scary thought because you are so used to being a faceless brand, letting your book do all the talking. But the thing is, your book ain't talking. When I first joined Concrete Comics, at that point, I was comfortable being the voice behind the scenes. I created content for my clients, and sometimes you will see my big shiny face, but for the most part, I stayed behind the scenes. So when I joined Concrete Comics and began to promote my comic book Luna, I received a piece of advice that would forever change my life. Lonzo Starr, the founder of Concrete Comics, told me that I needed to start doing interviews. What? I had to create content and be on camera? But as much as I hated it, he was absolutely correct. In time, I did probably close to 20 interviews. And after a while, I felt so comfortable being on camera, I started hosting my own interviews, which eventually turned into IG Lives. And now I co-host a podcast called Aurora Comics Podcast with Dr. Ebony Toussaint. So I went from being nervous and scared to confident and proud of my work, and that really helped my potential buyers to get to know the woman behind this incredible story. So guess what? I need you to get comfortable being uncomfortable. I need you to get comfortable with talking to your people on camera. Now, it doesn't have to be every day or even every week, but it should be at least twice a month, at least. I gave this same piece of advice to a fellow creator. I had worked with him to build up his social media presence to eventually do a Kickstarter in a few months. And over the course of 6 months, he went from a little over 200 followers to close to, I believe right now it's like 420 followers. And now he is so much more comfortable on camera and he does like 5-minute updates with his people at least 2 or 3 times a week. So why is getting comfortable talking and being on camera an important part of guiding people through your sales funnel? I got some statistics. So the company InVideo gives the following statistics. In 2020, 96% of consumers increased their online video consumption, and 9 out of 10 viewers said that they wanted to see more videos from brands and businesses. So 9 out of 10 viewers want to see more video. In fact, as of 2022, an average person is predicted to spend 100 minutes per day watching online videos. This makes video content a huge part of your marketing strategy. So you can't deny it any longer. You have to get comfortable with talking to people. This moves people down the sales funnel of brand awareness to brand trust. The more people that see your beautiful face, the more they will trust you, which hopefully will lead them to the final stage of your funnel, which is becoming a brand customer. All right, so here's your homework. Write down 10 things you love to talk about, okay? They don't have to be about comics, just topics you feel super, super comfortable discussing. Now, here's where the actual work begins. I want you to film yourself talking about these topics. For example, I can talk about Aurora Monroe, Storm from X-Men, all day long, right? And I still have not read all of her comics. I can talk about how this latest run by Muriwa Adole, I think I'm saying his name right, is incredible. I can talk about how she needs her own origin film in the MCU. I can go on and on about it. And guess what? I recently did a podcast with my pod partner about it. All right, so film yourself talking about these things, right? But don't share any of these videos. These are for your eyes only, okay? Once you have a few videos, play them back and ask yourself these questions. Do you sound confident? Do you look comfortable? And are you engaging? If not, then commit to improving your voice and your presence on camera. The more comfortable you get, the better you'll be at it, right? And in time, I'll give yourself like 2 or 3 weeks, okay? No more than that. But start sharing those topics that are really close to your heart with your audience, as long as you can tie it back to your comic book. For example, if you love talking about superhero films, then can you tie that back to a particular scene or character in your book? Remember, you aren't selling your book. You're just talking about your book. No one wants to hear buy my comic book, buy my comic book all the time. But there's nothing wrong with mentioning a particular character or scene that relates back to that topic. All right, y'all. So let's recap. Brand awareness is the first stage of your funnel, and it takes creative and consistent effort to bring people into your sales funnel. And those include 3 things. 1, making people aware of who you are. 2, making people aware of what you're selling. And 3, making people aware of how your book will add or even change their life. In order to make people aware of who you are, you have to break down those walls that you've built around yourself and open up. Success only comes when you get comfortable being uncomfortable. All right, y'all. Thanks for listening to my podcast, Comic Book Marketing. If you would like to get notifications of when my next podcast drops to help scale your business, make sure you're subscribed to this podcast and subscribe to my email list. All links are in the bio. Until next week, y'all.